From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Miami Dolphins. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Miami. This one fielded at the 5. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. It didn't take long to see our first penalty of the game, did it?
We always talk about everyone wanting to get into the game in a hurry. The officials did as well.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Big series right here. We got to step it up. 17's Mike. Mike 17. Cut.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up 2nd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 2nd and 9. Tua. They're going deep for Hill. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 68 yards. And the Dolphins need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And with the play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. From the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 right at the 30. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he's not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made by Landon Roberts. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll go again with Sanders. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. Sliding out of the pocket. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. There would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Mostert, toss left side. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
The safety position continues to evolve into a bigger role in run defense than in the past. They certainly love to have him drop down and get aggressive in bringing ball carriers down behind the line of scrimmage. Not many bigger stops than that one right there.
And going deep for Hill. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
He'll buy some time right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. Here's Hurts to throw. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. On play action, here's Tua rolling to his left. And going deep for Hill. And that one almost intercepted. Could have been his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. Flushed out right. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Another run with Sanders. And he is going to lose yardage here.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd.
Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down.
Back deep is Tyreek Hill. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but and for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked them off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Hurts. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Right back to Sanders on 1st down. On the tackle there, Zach Sealer out of Ferris State.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll run with Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, as the first half is winding down.
And the Eagles have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead into the locker room. Hurts will throw.
Complete at the 1. And he is into the end zone to give him a 2-point lead.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This is taken just shot.
Oh, and miscommunication on the lateral. The ball's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This one taken just inside the 10. And they're going to have poor starting field position as he's out of bounds at his 10-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. And going deep for Hill. And now here is another interception. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Another run here with Sanders. And he'll get this down close to a first down at about the Dolphins' 34. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
68 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
Boston Scott, his first carry. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Boston Scott, 27 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Elliott now to add the extra point. And that will make this a 16-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough third down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And my goodness, another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Jalen Phillips, the edge man, on the tackle.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Second down, back to Sanders.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Eagles are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
This one fielded at the 5.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. Off of play action, Tagovailoa escaping the pressure right. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And going deep for Hill. And now here is another interception.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. They'll roll him out right.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's going to get this down near the 25. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
111 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
2nd and 2, first down marker at the 8.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 4 yards on the play, and then